hold out your hand and guide me through the stormy skies and shelter me from cold, from light, and keep me warm in your heart and lead me
Okay, I do hope I don't fall on the ice while doing this. But anyways, welcome ladies and gentlemen, new video on PowerDrift. Now every year we do this one thing with Hyundai. It's like a part of our yearly calendar. It's called the Great India Drive, and usually it ends up being me eating a lot of food in a different city that I've never been to before, or me trying some really fast new roads. This time around Hyundai decided that it's going to do it in two parts. First one is what we're at now, and I'm going to probably end up falling, and you guys going to have a lovely blooper to watch. But the first part is now. We started from Srinagar, a city and a state that I've never visited. Utterly, unbelievably, phenomenally beautiful. And we're out in Sonmarg. Equally, utterly and unbelievably beautiful, with of course snow all around, and my colleagues at the back are threatening to snowball me in a little bit, so I'm going to finish this quickly. Welcome, new 2022 Great India Drive, starting at Srinagar. We're going to Kargil, again something that I've never visited, but I'm sure a lot of people have. I'm really looking forward to it. My steed for this drive, the all-wheel drive, or rather, here we go, the all-wheel drive Hyundai Tucson, and of course we've been putting it to good use already. Look at how clean it is.
There was a time I would have died for you.
Okay, this is technically day 2 of the Great India Drive, but from the time we gave our little piece to camera at Sonmarg yesterday, we expected to cross the Zojila Pass. I'm sorry I'm freezing here because it's minus 10 or 20 degrees or something like that. It's crazy cold. But as I was saying, we expected to cross the pass yesterday afternoon or evening. We couldn't do that. We only got clearance for our convoy exclusively to cross over at about 5:30 or so yesterday evening, and by the time we actually did make it through, it was completely dark, so we couldn't really shoot much. But we're on our way back from Kargil now to Srinagar, so it's the reverse direction, and we had to stop at the Kargil War Memorial. Right behind me there, that is where the Kargil War actually took place. I mean, I'm not super patriotic normally, but this sort of stuff really it sort of makes you a little speechless, doesn't it? Okay, so remember, this is almost 10,500 feet, and those peaks there are much higher. I don't know if I can show that, but that peak right in the distance there, yeah, that's Tiger Hill. That's where the famous or infamous battle actually happened. I'm a little out of breath because I'm very unhealthy, obviously, but we need to pay our quick respects to the memorial. So it is a solemn place. That's the word I was looking for. When we did manage to get to Zojila and back to Sonmarg and eventually Srinagar, the road, the setting and the car just left me speechless. Normal life would be so boring now. Until of course I decided I didn't want it to be boring again.
Fleeting heart sparks
Now, I've always said that rural Maharashtra has some of the best vistas that you can ever get within, say, a 2 or 3 hour period from your home or from my home or office when I stand by it. And recently, more and more, I've realized that the rural roads in Maharashtra are some of the best around. In fact, this road that I'm driving on in the middle of absolutely nowhere is definitely better than the road outside my house in Mumbai, and 100% better than the road outside my house in Pune as well.
I'm just chasing love. I'm just chasing love.
We are truly in Maharashtra's heartland now. In fact, we're so in the heartland that about a few kilometers that way, about 8 or 10 kilometers that way, is the actual birthplace of one of the greatest warrior kings that this side of the world has ever seen. And of course, I mean Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. And the birth of one of those kings, one of those warrior kings with that sort of leadership, is a once in a lifetime sort of event, isn't it? And today, that's exactly what I'm chasing. Not the birth of a new warrior king or some messiah. What I'm chasing is a once in a lifetime event, a once in a lifetime celestial event. Now, I was googling stuff the other day and this story came up where a comet's going to pass right above us today. It's a green comet, and that turned me green with envy because I really want to see it up close. Now, of course, space is the final frontier, but none of us have access to a Falcon Heavy or Mr. Musk's phone number or the USS Enterprise, and we won't strap on some rockets on the back of the Tucson like they did in the last Fast and the Furious movie. I don't even know what they were thinking because that was absurd. So what I've packed in my boot is a big telescope, and what I'm going to find is a place somewhere on the cliff of this Western Ghat where there's going to be nobody around to disturb me, no light sources, no Zoom calls, no people, no nothing. Just me, a little tent, a Tucson, a telescope, and the night sky above me. And that means I might have to go off the lovely tarmac road. Luckily, even without all-wheel drive, this thing I'm guessing is still very, very capable in the dirt. Right, let's turn off here. Perfect.
Time is rolling, rolling over us. Stars rotating, kicking up the dust. Clouds are sailing, sailing overhead. Something's pulsing, leaving us for dead. Sunlight fading, fading into night. Sky.
Okay, I need to maybe explain to you why I'm doing this and not taking that up to some crazy high motorable pass in the Himalayas or some crazy lake bed in Rajasthan or the Northeast, something like that. Well, it's because when I was a kid, I was a cub and then a scout, and we would spend all our camping nights out in the open looking up at the skies and wondering how it would be like to maybe go up to one of these places somewhere. And of course, we would name all these celestial bodies because we knew what they were. And the car, or the Tucson, well, it's done its job this time around, hasn't it? It's brought me out of the city, in the middle of nowhere, and it's letting me do this. It's letting me relive my childhood. Now, normally, the Tucson would take people from point A to point B in the city, and that's just about it. But in this case, it's done what it says on the packaging. It's done its SUV-ness, if you'd like. It's letting me experience something that I haven't experienced in years, and it's gonna let me eventually experience that comet which I won't ever see again, or our children will never see again, or our children's children, or 100 generations down the line will never see again. I wonder how long I'll have to wait though, because I'm told I might actually see it with the naked eye. It's about 9 o'clock in the night. It's about 15 degrees. I'm getting a little cold now, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait this out, because I've come all the way here and I have to see it. I just have to. I have to.
Cause I'm skybound. This is who I
I really wish you could see what I'm seeing right now. You know, the fact that I'm sitting here and the fact that I know that the last time people looked at that was 50,000 years ago. And the fact that I'm here now, looking at it and knowing what it is, doesn't it just make everything so special? I mean, 50,000 years ago, nothing existed really. Humans didn't exist. Cars didn't exist. What a boring life that would have been. And phones didn't exist. Internet didn't exist. God, really, really boring. I wonder what people did. Neanderthals existed. But now we can watch through a telescope and put this on Instagram. Although I'm not going to, I'm just going to probably just keep it in my head as a memory. And we can drive cars and fly in aeroplanes and surf the internet to see more car images and videos. The more I reflect, the more I think, isn't this just a phenomenal time to be alive as a human?